When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. Septum Sin versus the Wild. Septum Sin versus the Wild. Septum Sin versus the Wild. Septum Sin versus the world.
I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings! You're watching Septum Sin versus the World. I'm Septum Sin. I'm with Kotobuki Jake.
Hey?
And we're going to show you what we got.
Yeah.
Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Oh boy.
Any case, I've got a number of new shirts. And this is my first one I'm going to show you guys. This is an Agretzko shirt.
私カナコだって殺せるよ
まさかのヤンデレルートだと
They were having some shirts on sale, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get this, and it's paired with my first pickup. But you're going to see a new t-shirt each week until I've run out of them. Well, not run out of shirts, but this goes along with my first pickup, which came with this. This was a Hot Topic pickup because I wanted to get this. I like Agretzko. It's a fun little show, and I love the fact that she's got the chainsaw going.
Right. That's cool.
So, and there are 3 different Agretzkos that three little set ones you can get from that series. They're all versions of her. You got, nice her, you got metal her, and you got metal with a chainsaw her.
See, they should have a Two-Face version where it's like one side is nice Agretzko and one side is death metal Agretzko.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
But she is definitely a very, very sadistic little red panda.
Well, yes, but it's also I saw the show too, and I love the show.
Oh yes,
but it's such a good. If you have worked, you will get much of the show. It's one of those workplace ones that, and I forgot to mention in our earlier videos, the Comic-Con last week, a dude actually came as her coworker, Haida, who's like the guy that has the crush on her, and I was like, that was awesome. I was like, that was cool. It was, again, the dude, I told the dude, I'm like, I give you props, it's awesome. But, anyway, so, next up, if you watched our video on the upcoming releases, we made reference to a particular film that I finally acquired around Christmas. I don't remember. I think it was a daily special on Right Stuff, which it really was not that super cheap. I think I paid like $10, which was like maybe a couple dollars off of what I should expect to pay for this film. And it may have been Best Buy. I could be entirely. I don't remember, but it was roughly 10 or 12. But it's a really cool film, and that is Shin Godzilla.
I'd buy that for $1.
By Hideaki Anno, the director of the Evangelion series. And I was just telling him, the way the film is staged, with the blocking and the camera work, there are times that this is very reminiscent of Evangelion, which was very cool. And they're just the way that it's very well written. But honestly, the film is a political satire. It riffs off the fact that Japan apparently has such a strong non-aggression set of agreements in place that when they were attacked by this monster, half the film is the bureaucracy trying to make things happen.
They're gonna crucify him!
Right! This calls for immediate discussion!
And I love that. I didn't entirely agree with what the film had to say, but I liked that they went there. It was really interesting, and it's very well done. And the sad thing is, this may be the first Godzilla film in my collection.
Wow.
I really need to get the Criterion.
You should get that. Yeah, you should get the original at least.
Yeah, that and well, that might happen this July. There's a lot of them on that list. But I was very happy to get that, and I enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing it again.
Well, my next is a video game pickup. There's going to be a number of these that are like multiples for a same pickup because they're related.
Now, honestly, what is that? Do they give a Nobel Prize for attempted chemistry, do they?
And this one, I finally went ahead and got the Mega Man collections for the Switch. So you've got the Mega Man Legacy Collection, which has all 10 of the Mega Man games. I did show Mega Man 11 when I picked that up as well a while back. So now I've got all 11 regular Mega Man games. And then this one is the X Collection, which has Mega Man X 1 through 8, which is kind of cool. And they have a couple of other things that allow you to do the little rewind and makes it not so hard. But I do like this. I like having it, and the Switch makes it even better because it's all of the Mega Mans on the go. So I can just pull it out and just play Mega Man. I mean, very simple platformer, very easy to learn, difficult to master.
My next one I do know was a Best Buy pickup on Black Friday. It was one that was on their front display. I was waiting to get it from the library, and I saw it for like $6. I was like, "The hell with it! I'm just going to get it." You know, the first film in this series was freaking awesome. I still have not seen this one, but I still want to. This is Sicario: Day of the Soldado, which was a sequel to a phenomenal film from about 3 years ago.
I've yet to see the original.
This one, Josh Brolin and Benicio del Toro reprise their roles from the original film.
We're putting the band back together.
Forget it. No way.
We're on a mission from God.
It also has some other folks in there. Catherine Keener apparently shows up. This one kind of came and went. No one really paid it much mind. I haven't really heard that it's a bad film, but it definitely didn't make the splash that the first one did. But I'm still looking forward to it. If it's nearly as good as the first one, it'll be worth $6.
My next one was talked about on the Vlogcast because I had finished it. So that is Tatami Galaxy.
All right.
Now that is a cool box set.
Yeah.
What we're looking at here is, I believe it's the European release.
Is it safe?
Right.
Which is unfortunate for me because I had to watch it on my Region Free player upstairs.
Well, you have a Region Free player, which is good.
But it's kind of a cool little set. I mean, it's a very solid box. It's got a nice art book, which you can see here. If I can get out of the light. Well, that's not very good there. Okay, there you go, with little arts there from him, sketches. Yeah, that's actually a picture of his friend, who is not so much of a good friend. He's as good a friend as Kotaro Nambara is a friend. And then, of course, you've got the postcards. And you can see a lot of the similarity when you're looking at the art style for Night is Short, Walk On Girl. I mean, you can see how cool that is, art style-wise. Matter of fact, I believe that is the female character that he is after.
Is it?
Well, he's not really after her. There she is.
The one from Night is Short?
Not her. This is the main character here is after in this series, though he doesn't know it yet. But basically, it's that story of fate where they keep running into each other, yet they never really make the move, and then time resets and it goes again. And but very, very, very dialogue heavy, but still very cool set.
Right.
I'm glad I have a copy of it. Who knows if it'll ever get an American release?
Well, until it does, I envy that one.
So it is a good set. I'm glad to have it, and
it looks like they made those books just a tad bigger than they were
a tad
supposed
too
to.
big, but still,
yeah.
I mean, like I say, very good set. I mean, you feel the heft in that set. It's a very solid set.
I was gonna say this actually looks like an Aniplex set, but sturdier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
but about size-wise, that looks like your Anohana set.
Alltheanime.com.
Ah. Nice.
All right.
So, we made reference a couple movies back to the Criterion Collection, and I have a couple to present. This goes all the way back to last November's sale. And this was one that they did not have at the store, but they were willing to order for me as part of the sale, and they just sent it directly to me, which is pretty cool. But this is one that is a critically essential film that I put off for way too long. Critically essential because without this film, the best film of all time would not exist. And this, of course, is Preston Sturges' classic Sullivan's Travels, which gave birth, in a way, through the Coen brothers to O Brother, Where Art Thou? This one follows director John L. Sullivan, who, coming out of yet another successful but forgettable film, he decides he wants to make a magnum opus for the common man. This takes place during the Depression era, and he wants to make a film about the plight of the common man. And he intends to title it, O Brother, Where Art Thou? And he goes kind of undercover, if you will, to learn what it is to be the common man. And, of course, as things happen in these kind of old-school comedies, things don't go according to plan.
Yeah.
And he ends up learning very valuable life lessons. And I won't say too much because it kind of spoils the end of the film to exactly say why the Coen brothers created the perfect follow-up to this film. But suffice it to say, they created the perfect follow-up to this film. And I still would love to see a Criterion release of O Brother, Where Art Thou? That has this as a bonus feature.
Get used to disappointment.
But I definitely wanted a standalone. I put it off mainly because there's a really good Preston Sturges collection, and half the films on it are separately released by Criterion, and the other half are really hard to get. But I finally decided, the hell with it. This one, the Lady Eve, the Palm Beach story, they all deserve the Criterion treatment. So I'm going to get them. And I'm really looking forward to adding this to my Criterion review series, definitely.
I need to watch my copy.
Yeah.
Among other things.
Among other things.
Well,
have you seen the film before? I don't recall.
Nope.
No. Yeah, you need to.
It's on my list.
Yes.
I have a couple to watch back here, but I will get to it.
Just a couple.
Well, this one is something from my childhood. I don't know if you remember this show, but it's the last of my Star Wars side pickups.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Okay.
And that is Star Wars Ewoks. Another double feature. Now, this one was a double feature that turned a lot of the animated episodes from the series into like two basic feature lengths. And you can tell where the episodes start and end as they go through. Mm-hmm. It is the adventures, of course, of Wicket and his tribe as they, well, do Ewok things. I used to watch it as a child. There was one episode that was incredibly creepy. It was not included on this, but I wish it was. And it's about this totem pole, to where this magic pole basically entraps people, and then they go out and they have to find other people to make a part of this totem pole. So it's really kind of a creepy thing. I don't remember much else about the series, but I do remember some of the episodes that were on this.
I don't remember that, but I couldn't.
It was somewhat forgettable. If it wasn't for that creepy episode, I probably would have forgotten it entirely. But this one, still, I have enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. It was a good watch. Those priorities, right? Before Sullivan's Travels, right. I watched this. But I watched this because, if you can see, it shipped to me. Well, you can't see it there, but take a look at this back here. I mean, look how scratched up it is.
Yeah, I see a little bit.
Yeah, I had to make sure it worked.
Is it safe?
Yes. It's safe. It's very safe.
Is it safe?
Okay. Good times. Well, my next one actually was one that I received used, so I do need to prioritize this one myself. And I just thought, I actually slightly changed the order because it amused me to do so, because this one is called Sullivan's Travels. And then we follow it up with one called Still Walking. And that's this one here. It's a Criterion release as well. This is
cool cover.
Yeah. This is by Hirokazu Koreeda, who has become one of my very favorite Japanese directors. It is one of supposedly only freaking 2 Japanese films in the Criterion Collection from this century.
Nothing for you.
You know, they've got like 200 films from the 1900s, and like 2. This is from 2008, and then they did Jellyfish Eyes for some reason. But Koreeda, I have seen 4 of his films. This year's Shoplifters, of course, was up for foreign language feature. Shoplifters and Nobody Knows, absolutely without question, should get Criterion releases. And I would say Our Little Sister and After the Storm also qualify. They're all great films. I'm shocked that Nobody Knows does not yet have a release.
Get used to disappointment.
I mean, that one's even older than this one. And he has a couple of other highly acclaimed films from the same decade. But he's a very brilliant director. He, like Guillermo del Toro and Chris Columbus and a couple other directors, he has a gift for working with children, and children frequently factor into the films, and they do tend to be sad.
That makes me a sad panda.
Sometimes downright depressing. Nobody Knows is one of the most heartbreaking films I've ever seen. I don't know this one because I've never seen it, but I am very much looking forward to it since I did buy it used. The case is a little bit cracked. It's not bad, but he put that in the description and called it good because of the case. And I got it, and I'm like, really? That's it? That's all the damage?
I mean, cases can be replaced. So
I don't even think I need to with that, really.
Yeah, minor damage.
So yeah.
Tis but a scratch.
Yeah, so I got this for like maybe $11, so it's not bad.
No.
So looking forward to it.
So I got one thing. I finally went and I've been working on a series for a while, and I went ahead with Disney Movie Club. When I was purchasing, it wasn't the recent purchase, it was a purchase a while back when they had their 60% off. You buy one, get one for 60.
Right.
And actually not one, but almost everything in your cart for 60 off. And I went ahead and finished up Once Upon a Time.
Nice.
I only had 3 seasons I was behind, and that is, of course, the complete 5th season, the complete 6th season.
But they couldn't be bothered to send you a slipcover for season 5.
I know. I'm glad I'm not bothered by that. And the complete 7th season.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Now, what's interesting about this is this was the portion I never watched. I actually have watched all of it up until this point, and I even watched a little bit of this season. I think this is the one they went and did the King Arthur stuff.
Oh, is it?
And I don't know why, I just got bored.
Looks like they have Mira in there.
So,
Merida. Sorry.
Once Upon a Time is about this person who goes to this town, but this town is strange because everyone in the town is actually a fairy tale character, but they don't know that they're fairy tale characters. They're under a curse, so she's got to break the curse as the chosen one. After the first season, things get a little bit weirder. To me, if you really want the best of this series, stop after season 1. But if you really like cool stuff and you really like Disney characters, you get your Disney characters. You even have Elsa from Frozen.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
Oh, she was
in a freaking season.
Yeah, wasn't she a big part of that season?
Yes, she was. She was a big part of that because there's 2 main storylines for each season, and she was a part of that first storyline. You had a Disney villain storyline. It's not bad.
I saw bits and pieces of what I liked. That's all I liked.
Yeah, it can be very entertaining. I feel like it dropped off after a while.
So, my last two, if you haven't realized so far, I actually ended up, and one reason why I went with 6 this week is because I just happened to have a set of 6. I was like, this is going to be an awesome 6. And, this one might be a weaker one, but, I'm excited about all those. But the last two are both Sentai Premium Edition sets. So I got that to look forward to. And the first one is related to one that I already had that I've previously shown. It's a kind of complex franchise, and I think I missed out on the OVA episode, at least on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But I think there's an additional season that Sentai hasn't yet released. I think it just coming out, or is coming out. But anyway, this is part of the Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon franchise? And it is Sword Oratoria. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon on the side?
Now, I admit
this one here.
That the first series premium set is an awesome looking set.
It's pretty cool looking. This one's more standard for like a premium set, but it's solid and it looks good. Now, of course, we were doing unboxings before, but I'm going to save them now for my actual reviews of these.
Inconceivable!
So it's going to be a while before I get to this one. And I'm trying to break it down to only doing one per video to keep them shorter. But I'm going to see how much I may do this one with Is It Wrong, the original series, because they're related. It would make sense to do, together. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I am very excited to, again, it'll be a while before I get to it, but it's exciting to know it's there.
Well, my last pickup is a completion one. I saw these coming out and I was excited because for the longest time in this series, only the first 2 seasons were available. They were available dirt cheap. Matter of fact, it kind of goes on the same thing of like with different companies, and I remember getting into this back and forth about how Aniplex's prices are the way that all anime companies should go because you got to want them to make money, so you should be willing to pay $100 per set minimum.
You fell victim to one of the classic blunders!
If you really want anime to survive, and I'm like, I don't think that's the right model. But this is a series I don't think would go to Aniplex, so it's not an Aniplex series. This one's by Funimation, and that is, oh, come on, D. Gray Man.
Oh.
So, eventually, I really was hoping for like individual season sets, but they don't seem to be coming out with it, and I worry these are going to go out of print. And they're pretty cool looking sets. I mean, they finally put them on sale for $15 a piece, which is about as good as I could get. And, I mean, that's pretty cool art. I've watched this series at least once through. You can see the art style almost looks similar to some other types. Like this guy almost has a Grell look, except not with the pointy teeth. If you look at him from a distance.
And not as perverted looking.
But this is about this guy called the Earl of the Millennium. He's a nasty dude. Basically, he offers he offers people, I will bring your loved one back to life. So, okay, sounds good, right? So they have to make this doll to do this. Then he brings the loved one back to life by putting their soul back into them. But then he makes that loved one murder the one that basically was in front of him.
Yeah.
Nice, very nice guy.
Oh, yeah.
And there are these individuals who actually are trying to fight the Earl of the Millennium, and they take these evil dolls out. I mean, there's the main one right there, or one of the main ones. So It's a really cool series. If you haven't checked it out, you should. It is complete, finally, here in America, so it's worth your view.
I think it was the most twisted characters in anime. I watched an Anime America list recently where the Earl of the Millennium was heavily featured. I think it was most twisted or something along those lines. I didn't really... I think I forgot to mention, this was a pickup from Sentai's Christmas season sales. I don't remember how much it was, but it was probably around 40 or so. Generally, as a general rule of thumb, this is not absolute, but as a general rule of thumb, when Sentai does a big sale, Right Stuff will often mirror their price drop, but not nearly as strong, or vice versa. If Sentai's got a sale going, Right Stuff will have a Sentai sale that's not nearly as impressive, but it'll still be on sale. But every now and then they'll mix it up. And this was one that I got during the Christmas holiday sale from Right Stuff that was actually about $3 cheaper than Sentai was charging.
Wow.
Which is weird. And this is one that I believe you presented a while back. And that is a much bigger set. Tanaka-kun is always listless.
You know what? You got spunk.
Well,
I hate spunk.
I actually think I have... Yes, I do. It's right over there.
Yes, and this is a big set here. But this was one that I want to say it was under 40. I can't remember for sure, but it was... But it was cheaper on Right Stuff, and it's one that I just want to see it. It looks fun. I love the title. It's got a really, it just looks interesting. I've heard decent things about it, and I love collecting these sets. So one day I'll get to it. But I have a very large backlog, and since he wants to do an NIS project, I have to prioritize it over my Sentai, unfortunately. But once I make serious headway on NIS, I'm going to get back to these.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm starting into a very long-haul series now from Sentai. There's only really one long-haul series that they have, so...
They've got a few.
I mean, yeah, I'm starting Card Captors. Though.
That's one of... Sentai?
Not Sentai, sorry. I'm thinking NIS.
NIS, yes.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, yeah. For most part, NIS you can stop in 24 episodes at most. They've got a couple that go longer.
Yeah, definitely not Card Captors.
I'd say Natsume's Book of Friends is up there.
Yeah, of course they're in different... They're like in little block sets. Right. Whereas, of course, then again, it depends on the release you get on Card Captors. True. So, in any case, with all that being said, I hope you've enjoyed our pickups. Let us know if there's something fun you've picked up this week.
Yeah.
Of course, like our videos, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Goodbye.